Hey, this is Doug. I have this Jumpstart box here I bought probably 5 years ago, and tried to use it the other day. It appears the battery is pretty shot. It would no longer jump a vehicle. Used it several times before. It's got a tire inflator. It's pretty handy to have around. I like having it. And I hate throwing things out that I can possibly fix. So I really don't know if this battery in this is replaceable, but we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. It has several Phillips head screws in the back, so I'm just going to take those out and see if we can take it apart. Alright, well, kind of like I thought, this jump box, if you can see this, consists of basically a sealed battery and some electronics and obviously the stuff to charge it and do all the functions it has. But the basis of it is this battery right here. So let's see if we can't get this thing out of here. Looks like I'm going to need some wrenches. I'll be right back. Alright, so while I was looking at tools, or looking for tools rather, I noticed there's a strap right here that holds the battery in, and this line contactor right here that allows you to turn the power on and off is just held in with a few Phillips head screws. So I'm going to see if I can loosen that up from the body. We can kind of pull it out, get a little better access. Alright, so that strap, I got one end off. It looks like I got enough slack here to pull the battery forward, and the cables are through the case, but I'm pulling them through. Okay, the battery's right here. It's out. Let's see if we can disconnect it and make this a little bit simpler. Alright, I got those connections off. I'll just put that back on there so it's easy to find later. This has this line contactor assembly attached to the positive lug, which allows you to turn the positive lug on and off. So I'm going to try to leave all that together. Alright. Now, as you can see, with everything unhooked, what I'm left with is just a pretty basic rechargeable sealed battery. So I will take this tomorrow to my local battery store and get a replacement, and we will see if we can put this thing back together. Alright, so I'm back and I have a replacement battery that I picked up at a local battery specialty store. Pretty easy to find. They had it in stock on the shelf, so we're going to get to putting it back in now. First I'm going to pick up this contactor because it's the last thing we took out, and it's a little bit easier to connect before we put the battery into the case. Alright, now I'll stick it in the case. The contactor's still a little loose, which will allow me to position the switch a little bit before we tighten it down. Alright, I have these two small screws that held the switch in place. Alright. One thing to keep in mind as I'm doing this, there's some connections in here, and as we're moving the two halves of this around, they're getting pulled on. So I've had to keep an eye on that, so we just make sure we get all those connectors hooked back up. It's not a big deal, just something to keep an eye on so you don't get too many of them disconnected and forget which wire goes where. I'm going to put the strap back on here that holds the battery in the box. Alright, got the strap, I guess as tight as it's going to get. And now I will tighten down this positive lug that I left a little bit loose. Alright, and we can hook up the negative lead now. Alright, negative is hooked up. And this one wire that insists on being unplugged, I'm going to replug in for about the 15th time. Alright, new battery's in. All of these connections are tight. Alright, so we got our jump box back together. Pretty easy project overall. Really don't have to have any knowledge of anything electrical so long as you just put things back where they started. I'd say the most difficult part was getting the little plastic pieces back together the way they were. As you put the two case halves together, because the switch and the little deal that holds this air hose and this door, they all have to be put in line at the right time, and so I kind of fought that a little bit getting the two case halves back together, but really not too bad. Just a little bit of frustration and holding your mouth right. So everything works on our jump box now. The battery test, our light, our air compressor, there's our line contactor for our leads. So everything's working. This is one I bought at Costco. You know, other brands may be different, but you know, it's definitely worth a look to see if you can replace the battery. Probably save $30 or $40 versus just going out and buying a new jump box, so it wasn't a huge amount of savings. But that was to buy an off-the-shelf Duracell battery at a local battery specialty store. You can certainly save more money if you're willing to wait and you buy a battery online. Yeah, anyway, it's fixed. The biggest thing for me was I just hate throwing something away when it's still working. And you know, it's just a battery inside there. And it served me well, and I hate to just throw it out and buy a new one. I'd rather fix it and continue using it with a new battery. It's a new quality battery. I should be able to get another 5 years out of this like I did the first time. So we'll keep using it, and we're very happy to be able to fix it instead of just throw it away and buy a new one. So I hope you are able to use this information to dive into yours and fix yours if you've got one that's dying on you, and get some more use out of yours as well. I mean, I just used a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and 2 number 8 metric wrenches on this one, so tools are very basic. So anyway, thank you for watching, and consider subscribing. We'll have some other do-it-yourself videos and some other stuff coming up here soon, so thank you.